The honeymoon period for RFU Chief Executive Steve Brown, who took charge last September, will be well and truly over when he faces the media for a Six Nations debrief on Wednesday. Brown, who arrived with a fine reputation after his lead role at the 2015 Rugby World Cup on home soil, has a lot of explaining to do after England finished a humiliating fifth in the table. As line manager, what influence, if any, has he exerted over head coach Eddie Jones, whose regime is in crisis after 3 straight defeats? Why did he award Jones a complicated 2-year extension to his contract last January when there was no need to do so? Brown told the last RFU council meeting that Jones's extension had been well received by the media and the game, but after 3 losses on the spin, the RFU are no longer ahead of the win percentage target set for the men's team, and trumpeted in the last council minutes, on the increasingly rocky journey to the 2019 World Cup in Japan. Meanwhile, Jones must face the Professional Game Board in April with his report of the Six Nations fiasco. And will the PGB Blazers swallow the line that Jones gave the media after Ireland's Grand Slam on Saturday? "We're moving forward with massive positives." The RFU media department face a difficult job at the best of times getting senior players to speak to the press, with Owen Farrell, despite being the team's colossus, rarely being willing to do so unless fulfilling stand-in captain responsibilities. The one admirable exception, win, lose or draw, is James Haskell, who stops for everyone, even if they haven't asked for him. Flanker Haskell wants to be a television pundit after one more year as a player and doesn't waste any opportunity to build his profile. The 32-year-old hasn't got a club next season, having been released by Wasps, but says he will be naming his new premiership team soon. The feeling that the RFU are more concerned about feeding the Twickenham corporate beast than the best interests of the senior team is demonstrated by England players having to fulfill 17 commercial appearances after that harrowing defeat by Ireland. And the post-match demands will be even greater when the RFU consolidate all their hospitality offerings in the revamped £66 million East Stand in the autumn. The focus on racehorses dying will be high on the agenda at the next big national hunt meeting at Aintree next month, especially after 4 of the 6 deaths at the Cheltenham Festival took place on the final day, which meant media scrutiny on the count was far less than normal. Horse protection organisation Animal Aid, who labelled the Cheltenham fatalities a disgrace, will be out in force at Aintree. Bolton's funding poser Sally Bolton, Strategic Planning and Operations Director at Tennis's All England Club, has become a member of the UK Sport Board. This will lead to an intriguing relationship with athletics, who always receive one of the biggest elite funding checks. Bolton left her prime role as managing director of the 2017 Athletics World Championships after a failed coup to take full control of the organising committee from UK athletics chiefs Ed Warner and Neil Stivo. Sports Agenda's report that pensioner Tony Sidnick, a Tottenham season ticket holder for 63 years, has been ranked in the 3rd level of priority to choose his seat in the new stadium, has led to numerous other complaints about the flawed process. Jeffrey Stanley, a season ticket holder for 45 years, has been allocated Phase 3, his son Elliot is in Phase 4 and another son, Nicholas, in Phase 8. He writes, "We are called clients, not supporters. That says it all."